The American people have been screwed over for far too long by these corrupt agencies. We're going to shrink it down, get rid of the corruption. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back in with a new video, and we have to talk about how President Trump continues to keep his promises. Yeah, that's right. Despite what Democrats and many people on Twitter may be claiming about, oh, Trump has lied and he's keeping none of his promises, despite the way Democrats are framing it, Donald Trump has kept basically every single promise in the last couple of years. Now, I want to be clear that I am not saying that, oh yeah, Trump has done every single thing. That would be ludicrous to say because, well, it's only been, what, 3 weeks since he became the president? So it's crazy to say that he has done every single thing. He hasn't. But a lot of the things that Trump hasn't done as of now, they're really long-term things. Now, before I continue, don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends, and of course, join the channel today. These are all great ways to support the daily content, but let's continue with the video because there's a lot to talk about when it relates to Trump because he has done so much. Especially compared to prior presidents, like Trump in a couple of weeks has done more in just 2 to 3 weeks than some presidents did in their entire terms. That's why it seems like Trump has done every single thing, but to be honest, he hasn't. There are some things here and there that, as of now, he either hasn't done yet, or really hasn't really talked about, or not really the process of doing. But even those things, the vast majority of them, they are long-term goals for Trump anyway, so it's kind of ludicrous to say that, oh yeah, Trump was going to accomplish every single thing on day one. That's insane to say, but he has accomplished, I would say, or at least the process of accomplishing, like 90% of his agenda in just like 2 to 3 weeks, which is crazy. But he's not stopping. In fact, he is doubling down on his current agenda. Look at this here. Trump has signed an executive order putting DOJ in charge of federal downsizing. Trump will sign an executive order today directing all federal agencies to work with DOJ to cut staff, limit hiring, and streamline the operations. The move is expected to significantly shrink the federal workforce as DOJ leads a charge to eliminate waste, reduce bureaucracy, and overhaul government efficiency. And this is right from DOJ. It's not some bullshit rumor. It's real. So what's happening is Trump is saying, okay, we got like 100,000 federal employees to go away. We got them to take the buyout to go away and never deal with them again. But there are still hundreds of thousands, no, millions of employees in the federal government that do nothing all day but collect a paycheck. And a lot of these departments, there is so much waste and corruption there that it is ridiculous. But what's been happening is DOJ has been running into some problems where some departments are working against them, some corrupt judge in New York or Massachusetts are making some insane rulings that screw them over. So Trump is saying, screw it. DOJ is now effectively in charge. Or I shouldn't say really in charge, but they're indirectly controlling the federal agencies when it comes to streamlining the process. Basically, they're telling these agencies, okay, we're going to find the useless people in these agencies and get rid of them. Like, I'm not saying that we have to shrink the workforce by 99%. I don't even think that's what Trump's goal is. But let's be honest. There are so many employees in the government that do nothing but collect a paycheck all day long. They sit around. They don't even go to work anymore. I mean, like, 90% of employees, they don't even work at the places anymore. They work at home all day and collect a paycheck? It's like, wait, what? Why are they not going to work? Get rid of them. If they refuse to come back, get the hell out of here. That's what Trump is doing with DOJ. And I would argue, of everything Trump has done as of now, this will be the biggest impact of a Trump second term. It already is. Because for the first time in a very long time, we actually have a president shrinking the size of government. He is getting rid of the bureaucracy, getting rid of waste, and for the first time in a while, actually firing worthless government workers. Good. It's about damn time. The fact it took this long, when even we had Reagan and Bush in the 80s, we had Bush in the early 2000s, the fact that it took this long for a Republican to have a trifecta and has the balls to actually fix the government is insane. But we finally are getting great news out of that front as Trump is serious about this. He is saying, No more. The American people have been screwed over for far too long by these corrupt agencies. We're going to shrink it down, get rid of the corruption, and if we have to, just get rid of these agencies for good, or hell, just combine a couple of them together, like, I don't know, the Department of Interior, or, I don't know, Department of Energy, or something like that. There's some of these agencies, they should not exist. We already have, like, 13 agencies related to the same thing. It's just corruption, it's waste, it's bloat. Get rid of it. This is such a big deal, and this is just today. So, Doge has been doing some stuff for the past couple of weeks, but now, the Trump administration, they're saying, okay, now we're really going to go after these agencies. We've exposed a lot. They haven't even touched the tip of the iceberg. And they have found so much abuse, waste, corruption, that now Doge is saying, now they're putting Doge in charge of going after all these agencies and telling them, okay, what the hell's going on here? Tell us where the money's going, who's hired, who's getting fired, and end it once and for all. But the crazy thing is, this is not the only significant thing Trump has done as of today. Look at this. Just a little while ago, Trump met with the king of Jordan. Yes, the king of that Jordan. And they have agreed to a deal with the United States. For starters, Jordan has just agreed to accept 2,000 Palestinian children with medical issues into the country. Which, first of all, that's a good thing. All right, a lot of children in Palestine, they're dealing with a lot of medical issues. Obviously, there's a big war going on. And Jordan is saying, okay, we're going to accept these children into our country. Good. It's about damn time these countries like Jordan, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, Lebanon, it's about damn time that they actually start caring for these people. Because it's their region. They should be worried about these people because this is their region. But that's not the biggest thing that the king of Jordan said. He said during the meeting with Trump that they are going to work with other Arab nations like Egypt, like Saudi Arabia, to a permanent deal over the issue of Gaza. Yes, that's real. Now, does this mean it'll be Trump's official plan? We don't know yet. But it sounds like Trump has pressured Jordan, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, Lebanon, all of them, into realizing, oh, wait a minute, we actually got to do something, because Trump is the only one offering any solution. And wait, we got to actually work on an official deal because this is ridiculous. It's been going on for far too long. We got to end the violence once and for all. Yeah, this is real. So again, we don't know what the official deal is going to be, but it does sound like the Arab nations in that region, they're going to work together and work with the United States of America on a permanent deal. Because we got to figure out what's going to happen with the Palestinians in Gaza. That's been a huge controversy. A lot of people are losing their minds over it. But it sounds like the countries like Jordan, Lebanon, Egypt, they're taking it seriously. Because Trump basically said, we're just going to take it over. If none of you are going to actually work on this, if none of you are going to take this seriously, United States of America, we will do it ourselves. And it sounds like these countries, they're taking it seriously. And it looks like they are actually respecting Trump. I mean, the king of Jordan, he said this about Trump a little bit later. I truly believe, with all the challenges that we have in the Middle East, that I finally see somebody that can take us across the finish line to bring stability, peace, and prosperity to all of us in the region. Yeah, that's what the king of Jordan said right to Trump's face just a little while ago. Now, you could say, well, of course, world leaders, they're going to praise each other, but you never saw any world leader, especially in the Middle East, praising Biden. Not one. They all thought this guy was a joke. He was senile. He had no clue what was going on. None of them respected Trump. But it looks like, as of now, the king of Jordan, which is a big part for what's going to happen with Gaza, they're saying, hey, we are liking what Trump is pushing for. Now, again, we don't know what the official details will be, but it sounds like they really believe that Trump is serious about finally ending the nonsensical wars in the region once and for all. And it sounds like they are ready for the conflicts to finally end and bring some kind of stability to the region. Good. This is good stuff that Trump is pushing for. I mean, this is just amazing that he is doing all of this in just one day. But it doesn't stop here. Just a little while later, look at this. Trump just secured the release of an American prisoner in Russia. Yeah, during this meeting, it was announced that our special envoy was able to make a deal with Russia to get an American citizen out of jail in Russia and back to America. And it doesn't sound like we had to give up the merchant of death like we did for that basketball player 2 years ago. Remember that? Joe Biden gave up one of the most dangerous people alive. His nickname was literally the merchant of death for a shitty basketball player. But it sounds like here, Trump is saying, you know what? Just give us a prisoner back or else. Well, or else what? I don't know. That's why Trump, his negotiating tactics work. You don't know what he's going to do, and he's not pissing around anymore. He has got it. He's done all this in one day. I mean, think about that. All this has been accomplished in just one day. But I would argue, of everything he's done today, the biggest news that came out might be out of Ukraine. Because it sounds like, after years of fighting, after God knows how many people have truly died, it sounds like the Ukrainian President Zelensky says his country is prepared to finally end the war with a territory swap. Now, we don't know what he means by this. It sounds like some people are suggesting that, oh, Ukraine's going to take some land from Russia, and at the same time, Russia's going to take, like, the eastern half of the country. We don't know for sure what's going to happen, but it sounds like after years of the nonsensical war in Ukraine, we are finally going to end it once and for all. Now, again, we don't know the official details. We have no clue what Trump is offering. We have no clue what Russia's going to do. But it sounds like both sides are realizing, we got to end this war now. We have to end the war now. Trump is going to force our hands, and that's a good thing. If Trump is able to actually end this war in the next couple of weeks, which it sounds like it's going to happen, it sounds like they're getting very close to an official deal. Like, both sides want the war to end now because, let's face it, they don't want to mess with Trump. This Trump does not give a shit. He does not give a shit what they think. He wants the war to end. So, both sides are saying, screw it. Let's just have a territory swap and call it a day. Again, we have no clue how this is going to end, but it does seem like, finally, we're going to end this war once and for all. We don't know if this means security guarantees for Ukraine. We don't know. But it sounds like both sides are saying, it's over. End the war now. This is nonsensical. Too many people have died. Let's work with Trump to end the war and hopefully not have any more conflict. And end the war once and for all so no one else can die. Because this was let's be honest, it was a pointless war. It should have never happened. And if Trump won in 2020, it would have never happened. But now we have hundreds of thousands of people on both sides that are dead. And now, after all this crap, Russia is still going to gain a lot of land. So what was the point? What was the point of continuing the war just for hundreds of thousands of people to just die? It is horrific what happened here, but thank God it's finally going to end. But we shall see what happens. We shall see what the official deal is going to be, but it sounds like they're damn close to finally ending the war once and for all. But again, it's going to be a couple more weeks, I'm assuming, but if he actually ends the war in the next couple of weeks, if not like the next month or two, his approval is going to skyrocket. Because in 2 to 3 years, the Biden administration, they let the war happen. They did jack shit to actually end the war, but now it looks like in just 1 month, we could finally be seeing the war ending under Trump. His numbers are about to skyrocket if that actually happens, because it will expose how utterly worthless Biden's foreign policy really was. I mean, everyone knows it was worthless, but if Trump just walks up and says, okay, Russia, end the war now or else, and he says the same thing to Ukraine, end the war, and also give us those rare materials you got in your country, or else you get nothing. That's what he did, and both sides are realizing, yeah, we should probably end the war here. But anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, and of course, join the channel today. Godspeed to all of you.